In this video, we're going to discuss the Revit family templates and how to use them to create new family components. When we create a new family, we go to the dual menu up here, New and Family. This presents us with the family template folder, and you can see here is a list of the installed family templates. These templates are installed, they are downloaded and installed automatically when you install Revit, and you can find them on your C drive, under Program Data, Autodesk, and the corresponding Revit version that you're working on. Now, when looking at the list, you can see that there's a large number of family templates provided for you, and to a new user, this can be pretty overwhelming. These families serve as sort of building blocks when you're starting your new family component, and the behavior and category of the family that you're going to create will depend on the family template that you choose. Now, the first question you have to ask yourself is, what exactly is it that I want to create? And the second question is, how should it behave? And based on that, you should be able to find the perfect family template to start your new family. Now, the family templates basically specify two things. The first one is the category, and that is to make sure that when you load this family into a project, it will sit in the right place when you start to do your schedules. And the second thing is it defines the behavior of the family inside your project. As an example, if you were to create a door, you would use the door family, and that will make sure that when you add this door into your project and you place it on a wall, it will actually cut an opening out of the wall where the door sits. If you use the wrong family, that will not happen automatically. It's also important that you understand that where the family becomes available inside your Revit project depends on the type of template that you chose. As an example, if I were to create a furniture piece and I load it into a project, that would be available under Component. So if I click on Component, the new family, once loaded into my project, will be available in this drop-down list here. You can see there's a number of preloaded ones in this template. However, if I were to create a door family and load it in this project, that will not be available under this one. That will only become available once I click on Door, and it will be in this list. And the same would go for Windows. Profile families, for example, will only become available once you activate a command that would use that specific type of profile. So again, it's very important that you understand where these families go and how they behave once you place them inside Revit. Now let's have a quick overview of the different family templates. Now, most of these families are named according to the type of element that you want to create. So balusters, for example, you can see at the top here, have three different types. And within those families, we have a standard baluster. You would have a panel type baluster and a post. Now, the reason the post is separate is you may want to have a unique type of post that's different from your standard baluster, and it's also treated a little bit differently in terms of what you can do with it inside Revit. We have casework, and you can see under casework there's two types. You have a standard casework one, and then you have a wall-based one. Now, a number of the families give you that option. We have ceiling-based, face-based, floor-based, line-based, pattern, roof, level, wall, and there should be adaptive. There it is. Now, what this means is if I were to create casework and I use this one, that casework can be placed anywhere in the scene. If I were to create this one, it would be a wall-hosted family, and hosted families can only be placed on the element that the template is hosted or based upon. So in this case, if I were to create casework using this one, I'll only be able to place it on a wall. Another example of that would be doors and windows, which can only be placed inside a wall. But even within doors, there are different types. If I look at this one, the metric door curtain wall, this type of door you will only be able to place inside a curtain wall once you've created it. And it will also not be on the standard drop-down menu when you click on the door button. If you need to create something that's pretty unique or something that does not fall within any of these other categories, you could look at the generic models. You'll see under the generic models we have, again, adaptive type, ceiling, face-based, floor-based, line-based, pattern-based, roof, level, and wall-based. And to quickly look at these types, adaptive is a type of family that's only really used with patterns once you start using conceptual models. Ceiling based will only be you will only be able to place on a ceiling, so that could be something like a light fitting. Face based Face-based families are a special type of family that can create complex cuts inside the element that hosts them. Floor-based will only be on the floor. Line-based we're going to use extensively in this course. I'm going to skip this one for now. We'll get back to that. Pattern-based families, similar to the adaptive ones, are used inside the conceptual design environment. So when you start using conceptual masses. Roof-based, one you can place on a roof. Two-level is a family that will be hosted to two separate levels. Wall-based, only be placed on a wall. An example of a wall-based family would be something, again, like a toilet or a urinal that can only be placed against a wall. The lighting fixtures will come with a built-in light that you can adjust. So basically the light's included. You just need to go and build the actual fitting around this for the light that you want. And then if you scroll down, here are your windows, and we've already looked at doors. And another example of how these families or how these family templates will adjust the behavior of the family that you create in them. If you use a furniture, metric furniture, to create any component and you load that into your scene, whenever you create a section in a project and the section cuts through that component, the component will not be shown in section, it will still be shown as elevation. And that is because conventionally, when we do architectural drawings or construction drawings, we don't really cut through furniture, only through fittings. So that's the type of behavior that's inherent in these types of templates. And again, why it's important that you study these and understand why it's important to choose the right family template when you create a new family. And there are very good explanations of the different types of families and what makes them unique in the Revit help files. Now, in the next lesson, we're going to use the metric furniture family template to create an adjustable reception counter.